This will be an open meeting. Notice has been given to the public at least 24 hours prior to the meeting and by following the complete agenda to the O'Connell County Reporter. Copies of the complete agenda were available for inspection at the office of the city administrator. 6 p.m. Last meeting of the regular council with the following agenda. Meeting called to order. Roll call.
Mayor Petty.
Here.
Patsy Bates.
Here.
Bob LaBreck.
Here.
Butch Mulder.
Here.
Riley Soul.
Here.
Steve Scott.
Here.
John Wickhoff. Attorney Colbert.
Invocation and pledge of allegiance by
Make everybody safe and sound for the city of O'Connell. Give us the wisdom to make the best decisions for everybody in the city. Keep our
States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
approval of the agenda. Second. Butch. All in favor? Approval of minutes as presented from city council and any special council meeting. Okay, correspondence. All okay. Aye. Opposed? Correspondence. Okay, I have 2 items here. First of all, I'd like to thank all the departments who work diligently, some of them around the clock, to serve the community during that power outage. I mean, we've all dealt with electricity out, with things we take for granted. I mean, the fact that we have water, we have sanitary sewer, service, we continued with no power at all. That's very impressive. The street department, thank you for the service you did. The trees down, all the things that the normal person doesn't think of. The police and fire, to be able to do that, keep power out, thank you for that. Second item I have is I have a card here from the baking brand. Thank you, council members. We couldn't have done it without your support. The election day bake sale completely sold out by 3:30 and made enough to cover our 3 recipients scheduled for 2024. The O'Connell Humane Society, Bread by the Bay, and the O'Connell Unified School District Senior Unpaid Lunch Accounts. Gratefully, the baking grannies of O'Connell. Thank you, grannies. Do we have any additional correspondence? Public input. I'll allow 5 minutes. Stand up, state your name, your address. If you get out of line, I'll be dismissed, or if I see any enticement by a council member, I'll dismiss that person. So public input. Terry?
All right, in case you don't know who I am, I'm Terry Olson. I live at 605 First Street. I was here once before, but that didn't go too well. That years ago or something. But I was interested in the property on the end of Clark Ave, which is a dead end. Okay. I've been taking care of that little piece there for about 2 decades per se. Then our great flood came, right? And everything got dismantled. I mean, that backhoe came in and ripped everything apart to the ice out of there, right? So then after that happened, it was like, I had people coming down there and, as their new fishing spot, which, that's fine, you want to fish, but now I'm picking up all your garbage, all your fishing lines, all your lures. I have a dog, I don't need him stepping on the lures, I find mirrors in my trees, okay? You have people that come there that now they think that it's open and they own it, but if I go outside, they kind of look at me like, what am I doing out there? It's like, it's my backyard, right? I don't need to be intimidated by anybody. In their language, it's like, it's phenomenal. I mean, if I would go and approach someone that, you're on my property, I'm the bad guy, okay? The place that, persons that adjoin that property on the other side, they have their no trespassing signs up, but you have people that come in and knock them down, or you would approach them and say, do not leave. This is getting ridiculous. People are just running the whole place. You have young kids that hang out there, and it's not just for fishing. Okay, when I would hope you would open it up for a swimming pool, because it's not a place to be. So anyway, so I pick up the litter, I listen to the language. There is no access to the river there. You have an access to the river on the end of Clark Ave. That's all set up for access. I never wanted to build on it. I just wanted it so I could pertain it like I always did, and I didn't have to put a nuisance going on. You know, people, and it's not like walking up your back door and saying hi to your neighbor, because you don't know who's out there. Yeah, I never wanted to build, never. And in the winter too, you know, they're running through there, and it's like, I don't know if I want to run my vehicle through there when there's a sewer right there. That's not real safe. You know, and, yesterday I was at the meeting for, the Board of Public Works we talked about vacating it, and Jeremy went through the whole process of it, and definitely we do an easement, because yes, you have to have rights to go on there to fix the sewer or whatever you have to do. There's no more punishment on that, it's like a different deal, sometimes people are, and little kids too, you know, it's like, if I go and I say something to them, I always turn out to be a bad person, you know, and you can only take so much.
Thank you, Terry. Additional public input?
Victoria Bostad, 224 Third Street.
Vicki, before you start, for 2 years, you've been calling on me and telling me,
This isn't about you tonight. I would like to congratulate Mayor Cliff and the new council people, Lori, Daryl, Dan, and Dee. There, Dee. I want to congratulate all of you. The people have spoken. And this is a wonderful, wonderful opportunity to draw the community together. Whoops, sorry. To draw the community back together again. This is a wonderful opportunity that you've been given. And I look forward to many, many accomplishments that will happen. And I would like you to remember that along with success, ultimate success, and I see many successes happening, and that includes, of course, riding them up too. Many successes happening. And along with that, we remember our past and we learn from our past. And that helps us build a positive, wonderful future. Thank you.
thank you, Vicki. Is there any additional public input? Ryan?
Hi guys, my name is Brian Soar. I live at 1581 Harbor Road. I own Soar's Harbor Shores, just down from the High Seas Marina. We have our docks along the water there. You see NY there. That's my place. We have 30 slips and we rent them out to whoever wants them. If I may just step up here a minute. I've had a concern for a few years now, and I haven't really addressed it publicly, but I've known John for quite a while. I think we met when we first, I've been up here for 14 years. And quite frankly, I want to address everybody on why our docks aren't in at the appropriate time they need to be with all these thousands of fishermen coming here. We're still waiting for the dock at the High Seas Marina to be in, okay? Your job here, as it says, okay, with all due respect, it says, the department provides a wide range of services, programs, facilities to strengthen and enhance the quality of life for the city residents. Okay? That's everybody. I mean, these people come, they want to put their boats, and they say, Brian, where can we launch our boat? I'm sorry, we don't even have a dock in over here. Okay? And maybe you want to tell the people why the 2 docks are in there now. How did they get there? It wasn't by you. You had to be confronted by who to put those docks in. Okay, I'm trying to provide a service for the community, 30 slip rentals, okay? I live on the river, I pay thousands of dollars in taxes every year, okay? That's revenue for the city, they buy the groceries, gas, everything here, they can't put their boat in. Okay, these old people have to step over the boat onto the rocks to get in their boat. They don't want to do that, we're not gonna come here, okay? And then there's only 2 docks in down there, and they're backed up. I live a half a mile from that place, they're backed up to my driveway, okay? They can go right, I'm only 1,000 feet from another dock, okay? So why isn't this happening? I mean, I have to question this because, you know, this the walleye runs basically over with it. Can you tell everybody why that hasn't happened? Okay.
No, don't say a word. No. This is a public issue. This is not a question and answer question. It's public issue.
I think I'm entitled to that.
What a committee.
Well, I'm saying, I don't think our park and rec department is doing their job, okay? Plain and simple. They should have been in, you know, these people have been complaining, they call me, I can't, what am I gonna say? What am I supposed to tell them? So, and you know, that's in your job description, okay? It says, they offer a wide variety of lifelong program services, all age abilities, while providing safe, aesthetic park facilities, open spaces, and being involved in the community, okay? This is on our website. It shows that facility at, over here by the High Seas Marina. It's not even open, okay? Those people they can't use that facility there, okay? Well, I mean, we're in the middle of April. I mean, what are we waiting for? I know the revenue that Mayor Panetti got those docks in down there. John did not want to put them in, okay? It took him 2 weeks after he asked them to put them in, that he finally put them in. And John, out of his own personal account, said, I will be responsible for liability if anybody falls out of their boat. He will write the check out of his own personal account so we can have those boats in, those docks in, okay? That's the only reason we have those 2 docks in there right now. I can bet you that has probably pulled in $15,000 worth of revenue for the city. Okay, so why hasn't this been done a long time ago? Vicky, you know that, right? So that's all I have to say, so let's
Brian,
get
you have
her.
the floor.
Excuse me?
You have the floor.
So, yeah, I'm just saying, why isn't this happening? So that's my major complaint. I mean, we're trying to provide a service and we're trying to provide, you know, revenue for the city. We've got a lot of bills, we've got to pay them. So that's all I have to say.
Thank you. Is there any additional public input? Paul?
Well, Brian pretty much touched on it, but I just, you know, Paul Lucas, I don't live in the city of O'Connell, I live 4230 Topo Road, O'Connell, but the town of myself. I am a business owner in town here, and O'Connell, what I see is we're a tourist town. When people come to town, the businesses thrive, they make money. I think that we all need to look, the businesses and the municipalities, and treat the tourists as our customers. to do what we can do, bend over backwards to make their stay here. Brian touched on basically what the dock situation. I mean, they did get put in earlier. People were happy with that. There's some grumbling that I hear about the city docks and, handicap fishing piers and stuff like that. But, basically, my business wouldn't even exist if it wasn't for the tourists. It's just a small town. It's hard to make a living from the local residents, although they do support your business, but you really get supported when you have the tourists come to town. And I think we should all, whether it's businesses or municipality, do whatever we can do to make their stay here enjoyable and efficient as far as like getting in and out. So boat launches, whatever. So Brian hit pretty much what he went more in depth than I was going to say, but I just wanted to remind everybody that, that bay is the lifeblood of our community. And, we need to do whatever we can do to make everybody stay enjoyable and efficient and safe. That's all I have.
Sue?
Sue Anderson, 101 Merrill Lane. I would like to address Brian's statement. I am the chair of the Park and Recreation Committee, and there are very good reasons why those docks are put in on the dates that they're put in. And just because you think they should be doesn't mean it is the correct thing to do. John's been running this department for over 10 years, and he knows when they should go in, why they can't go in early. And the weather directs a lot of things. I mean, there's a lot to it. So, yeah, do we want to see everybody have a good time? Do we want to be able to get into the docks? But you can't just bully your way into the docks. And my suggestion to my committee was that there be a date put out there and say, is it this date? If it's not, guess what? The docks aren't going until that date. You don't have to like it, but we only have so much manpower. We only have so much money. And that's the way it goes. If you have a better suggestion on scrounging up more money and getting overtime or whatever you've got, certainly bring it to John's attention, and I know he'd be happy to talk to you. Thank you.
Additional public input?
I would just like to say that our Parks and Rec director and our Area Parks Department do an excellent job of what they're responsible for. There are many, many reasons why the docks won't go in early, and they did go in. But there are many factors that do go into it, and John does know what he's talking about, and he puts them in as soon as possible. So if you have questions on the details of why they didn't go in sooner, I would please call them.
I just want to say, I sit on the harbor committee too, and we did price out how much it would cost to outsource to have the docks put in. That way they could come in anytime that we call them and say, hey, come get these docks put in. It was thousands of dollars more than what we could afford. John's crew, they go out there to get the docks in at a low cost to the city. At his discretion when they should go in, I guess, like you said, we beat the punch this year. We got 2 docks in. Everybody was happy. Yeah, after we got more in, John lost a man this year too. I agree with that. He's low on help there too. So there is a lot of different things that go into it other than just, hey, let's get the docks in. I know weather plays a big part and whatnot, but overall, I think we do the best we can with what we have.
Additional public input? Is there any additional public input? Additional public input, Steve?
Steve Bradwell, 301 First Street. I would like to know what additional revenue by putting the docks in early. The city, the harbor may. It's not counting the motels, the gas stations, nothing but just the revenue from having those docks in early.
I'll answer that, Steve. In 2022, the launch revenue brought $2,000. In 2023 was a record number of launches and a record number of revenue. It was just north of $80,000. This year, we beat Marinette by a month. We brought in to date, from that time we put it in, to date, we brought in just south of $20,000. So we're on a record pace here, to bring in record revenue. I'll say this, we did a good job. Could we improve? We could get better. I mean, I don't envy putting the docks in, my personal docks that early. But what it really boils down to is a shot in the arm for the tourism and the tourism committee. If you look at it, what the revenue it brings into this city and all the businesses that depend on it. Heck, Paul, the first weekend, Quick Trip called Paul. Quick Trip called him up and thanked him for all the marketing he was doing. The amount that comes from, it isn't local fishermen, the majority of it is out of the state. Is there any additional public input? Is there any additional public input? And for the third time, is there any additional public input? Thank you. Item number 8, approval of consent agenda. Approval of department reports as presented. May I get a motion to approve the consent agenda? Second by Ray. Discussion? All in favor? Item 9, discussion, action, recommendation on the following old unfinished business. Recommendation of Wage and Personnel Committee. Alderman attendance policy.
The policy, if you don't treat it over, full council that you don't pay for. Policy change.
Is that in the form of a motion? Okay. I have a motion. Yeah, can I get a second? Do I second? Yeah, on a motion, second, and then I ask for discussion. I have a motion, can I get a second? No second? Moving on. Discussion, action, recommendation on the following new business. Approval of application for a temporary Class B retailer's license from the Oconto County Veterans Memorial Corporation for Oconto County Veterans Memorial Day picnic on May 27, 2024. Motion by LeBrecq, second by Scott. Discussion. Vote.
Steve Scott,
Yes.
Joey Scott, Patsy Gates, Bob LaFrette,
Yes.
Butch Melver,
Right.
Riley Soul.
Motion passed. 10B, resolution canvassing the votes of the spring 2024 election by the canvassing board.
This what does that mean?
you're approving you're approving the results that the canvassing board is presenting. It's in the packet.
I'll make the motion, we have the motion about that. I'll make that motion, respect that.
I have a motion, a second, discussion. Vote.
John McCobb? Patsy Day? Bob LeBrecq? Butch Melver?
Aye.
Riley Soul? Steve Stock?
Recommendation from the finance committee, approval of accounts payable for the month of March 2024 in the amount of $204,691.01. Payroll for the month of March 2024 in the amount of $162,588.50, and other financial reports as presented. Second by Butch, discussion. Vote.
Patsy Day? Bob LeBrecq? Butch Melver?
Aye.
Riley Soul? Steve Stock? John McCobb?
Recommendation from Board of Public Works, approval of invoice from Belson Company in the amount of $19,323 for garbage day. Motion by Woodchuck, second by Stock, discussion. Vote.
Bob LeBrecq? Butch Melver?
Aye.
Riley Soul? Steve Stock?
Aye.
John McCobb? Patsy Day?
The 10B, approval of invoice from Compass Minerals in the amount of $22,422.48 for road salt. That's me. Butch, second by Butch, discussion. Vote.
Butch Melver? Riley Soul? Steve Stock? John McCobb? Patsy Day? Bob LeBrecq?
With that, I'd like to say a couple words here. I'd like to thank Riley Soul for your work on the tourism committee. It's impressive. It's a good committee, very impressive. I like the way that's moving. Patsy, I know you came on the council, had a tough time in your life, and with the medical, I thank you for your services there. Attorney Kilmer, I'd like to thank you for your grant writing abilities here. Frank and his airport committee tapped into the $1.2 trillion infrastructure and job act bill in the tune of north side of $800,000 for their hand. And I know there's more out there, and I know you're actively pursuing more. I also know that there's many citizens that always, they question, why do we pay $50,000 a year for that airport? I look at it this way, how many communities don't have an airport? How many citizens utilize it as their recreation is flying versus golf or at water sports? You know, we're fortunate to have that. We're fortunate to have the county back us on that, a 50-50 expenditure. I like the plans they have moving forward. And I know that fuel sales are more than any other airport in the area. So I hope you can stay that course, man. Butch, thank you for your service. I know we haven't seen eye to eye on everything, but we always were able to come to a resolution. Thank you. Steve Stock, Oops, I'd like to work on the Harbor Commission. I'd like to work on the Board of Public Works. We've got, like you said last night, it's been a learning experience. And thank you. Alderman Whitcomb, 14 years as an alderman. I appreciate your leadership, your input. It's been valuable for me. The advice, and I appreciate your dedication to the city. I'd like to congratulate new mayor, Cliff Martin, and the new council. I wish you the best moving forward. The city is about ready to explode for tourism. I hope you can find ways to enhance it versus shoot it. But to grow this city, that's the key area. The last I'd like to say is I've been honored to serve as mayor for 2 years, and thank you. Item 11, adjournment of the old council. Motion, second, Butch, discussion, all in favor?
If you want to know what he told me when we got my background, the smartest man he's ever met. He told me this in person and I was just so excited to have him back. So God is just about I get
Absolutely. Yeah.
Have a safe trip back Oh, you probably will. Don't trip her, she's an old man. Oh, I got yours. No, for being mean to her. I love you. My daddy. Take off that. Somebody take off the camera. See you guys in afterwards. Yeah. Go on that side. Can I have the honor? Oh, I wanted that.
I'd like to call the first meeting of the new council. Order, please. Roll call.
Mayor Cliff Martin,
Here.
Daryl Anderson.
Here.
Dee Donlevy.
Here.
Bob McGrath.
Here.
Riley Soul.
Here.
Lori Spencer. Here. Dan Zeller.
Here.
Attorney Colbert.
Approval of the agenda, please. All in favor? Opposed? Motion carried to approve the agenda. Former Mayor Panetti touched a little bit on this. Conduct of meetings, I'm gonna hold it pretty strict. I expect everyone to respect each other, including the citizens. If it's out of hand, we will ask you to leave, and if you wanna leave, we'll escort you out. These meetings are for the citizens of the common. We're here to do a job for them. We are their employees. And we're a team moving forward for the city of the common. So, just wanted to make everybody aware of that as we move forward. Number 5, public information update from Attorney Talbot, we are open meetings law.
We usually pass out some handouts to new council people, you'll continue to kind of get some handouts and materials from us, materials from the league municipalities, all that's helpful. I usually just take this quick opportunity to, warn all of you who now are council persons, and in terms of meeting or discussing things, you cannot meet outside of the district council room, outside of notice meeting, to get together as a group, and discuss things. And albeit, you all end up at coffee at the same spot, 4 of you, and start discussing just some random thing, that's a quorum. And so that's what we don't need to have happen. It's fine for you to be at the same place having coffee and say hello and enjoy yourselves. Just don't take it on to discuss city politics, city meeting, agenda items that are coming up, those type of things. Here goes for a published meeting. All right. We're here to obviously answer your questions in those regards, so we'll do that at any time.
Moving on to number 6, Alderperson Darrell Anderson, reading of motion number 1, dates and times of meetings.
Motion number 1, that the regular meeting of the Common Council of the City of Oconto shall be held on the 3rd Tuesday of each month, beginning at 6 p.m., and the Committee of the Whole shall meet on the 2nd Tuesday of each month, beginning at 6 p.m., except when such Tuesday is a holiday or election day, and then the meeting will be held on the following Tuesday.
We have a motion to approve that.
Motion to approve. Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Motion number 1. Number 7, Alderperson B, finalizing reading of motion 2, adoption of Robert's Rules of Order.
Motion number 2, that Robert's Rules of Order revised be adopted as the rules governing the proceedings and meeting of the common council.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Number 8, Alderperson Bob LeBrecq, reading of motion 3, process for payment of invoices. Motion 3, that the administrator has recorded their invoices of $10,000, which has been budgeted and processed by the appropriate department head under the procedures established by the officer. At the monthly meeting, the whole meeting, the list of all accounts payable and then payable and financial reports and reviewed and recommended to the council for approval. If the expenditure is greater than $10,000, it is not budgeted for appropriate committee with political recommendation to committee of the whole for action. The event that the expenditure is greater than $10,000 in emergency, the administrator has the authority to take such invoices to discuss and report them to the council. Do I have a motion to approve motion three?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carries on number three. Alderperson Riley Soul, reading of motion number four, placing delinquent special charges on the tax roll.
Motion number four, that the administrator has the authority by ordinance section 3-2-12B to place any delinquent special charges for current services on the current or next tax roll as a delinquent tax against the property.
Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
All those in favor say aye. Opposed, motion number four carried. Alderperson Lori Stensbrook, reading of motion five.
Motion number five, that the Oconto County Recorder be declared the official newspaper for the city of Oconto for publishing the council proceedings and all of the other notices. The publisher is to continue providing a copy at no cost to the administrative officials that are now being furnished one.
Do I have a motion on number five?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion number five carried. Alderperson Dan Zeller, reading of motion six, designation of committee of the whole of the Board of Health for the city of Oconto.
Motion number six, that the committee of the whole constitute and be the board of health for the city of Oconto.
Do I have a motion on that, please? Second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion six carried. Resolution designating public depositories and withdrawals to the city of Oconto.
I'll make a motion.
Second. And the resolution designating public depositories and withdrawals to the city of Oconto. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. We will now move on to vote for council president. I will now ask for nominations for president of the city council. Any nominations?
I would nominate Larry.
Riley, do you accept that?
Aye.
Is there any other nominations for council president?
Let go. Yeah. Nominate Dale.
Darrell, do you accept that nomination?
Yes, I do.
Are there any other nominations for council president? Chief Richard. Yes, Rob. Moving on here, good thing. You can go back to the nomination. We have a second on Riley Soul. You have a second on Darrell Anderson. I'll be second.
Any other nominations?
Any other nominations for council president? All those in favor say aye for Darrell Anderson as council president. All those opposed? Motion carried that have Darrell Anderson as council president. Move on to vice president. Do you have anybody, any nominations for vice president? Darrell?
Nominate Bob.
Second? Bob, do you accept that nomination? Are there any other nominations for vice president of council? All those in favor of having Bob Levesque as vice president of council, please say yea. Opposed? Motion carried as Bob Levesque to be vice president. Discussion approval of mayor's recommendation for appointments and reappointments to the committees, commissions, and boards.
Why don't we kind of read through that, I think, your council can follow along.
Appointment for Police and Fire Commission, David Carroll. Board of Public Works, Lonnie Dahl. Board of Public Works, Rich Schultz. Board of Public Works, Gene Young. Planning Commission, John Travers. Board of Review, Sue Jakart. Board of Review, Kim Brodkowski. Tourism, Megan Holst. Tourism, Wendy Spice. Tourism, Molly Hayes. Tourism, Lynn Curley. Tourism, Jack Hardy. Alderperson appointments. Dan Zeller, Board of Public Works. Darrell Anderson, Board of Public Works. Dan Zeller, Building Inspection Ad Hoc Committee. P. Donnelly, Building Inspection Ad Hoc Committee. Darrell Anderson, Emergency Government Committee. Laura Stenstrup, Emergency Government Committee. Judge Cheryl Young to the Board of Ethics. Lori Stenstrup to the Board of Ethics. P. Donlevy, Farnsworth Public Library. Bob Levesque to the Finance Committee. Dan Zeller to the Finance Committee. P. Donlevy to the Finance Committee. Riley Soul to the Finance Committee. Lori Stenstrup to the Harbor Commission. Bob Levesque to the Historical Preservation Committee. Dan Zeller to the Historical Preservation Committee. Darrell Anderson to the Historical Preservation Committee. P. Dunleavy, Historical Preservation Committee. Lori Stenstrup, Historical Preservation Committee. Dan Zeller, Industrial Development Commission. Lori Stenstrup, Park and Rec Committee. Riley Soul, Plan Commission. Bob Levesque, Technology Committee. P. Dunleavy, Technology Committee. Riley Soul, Technology Committee. Valley Soul Tourism Committee, Shannon Village Utility Committee. We will have more coming up as the year goes on. I need a motion to accept the appointments as read. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, motion carried for the mayor's recommendation of appointments and reappointments. Council may vote at 7 p.m. or 6:55 p.m. to be in the closed session pursuant to notice duly given and as allowed by Wisconsin Statute 1925, Tier 1, Tier 3, with conferring with legal counsel for the following items. Update on city attorney, and update on the school.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Good first meeting.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
He's already halfway out the door.
Hopefully someone doesn't leave without their mug.
Thank you for your service.
Oh, no. Take a lot more than that.